What if your life isn't just a series of random events, but part of a greater plan? Maybe you're not here by chance. Maybe your soul carries a special mission, one that goes beyond ordinary existence. You may not even realize it, but you might be one of those rare souls sent to Earth as a quiet force of light, a disguised angel living among people. Everything you've been through, the struggles, the victories, the heartbreaks, and the moments of pure joy, none of it was accidental. It was all designed to shape you, to prepare you for something bigger than yourself. You were made to bring healing, love, and hope to a world that often forgets its own light. There's something about you that people notice, even if they can't put it into words. It could be your deep compassion, your sensitivity to others' pain, or your quiet strength in the face of hardship. You've probably always had a strong desire to help people, not just when it's convenient, but even when it's difficult. You feel their pain as if it were your own. When someone is struggling, you don't just offer a kind word or a quick fix. You truly want to lift them up. You want them to see how worthy and loved they are. This deep, heartfelt compassion doesn't come from nowhere. It comes from your soul, from a higher place, from a connection with something greater than yourself. It's not just part of your personality, it's part of your purpose. Often, you find yourself knowing when someone is hurting, even when they try to hide it. You can walk into a room and feel the energy shift. You can sense sadness behind a smile or tension in silence. You pick up on emotions and unspoken feelings like a sixth sense. This isn't something you were taught, it's something you've always known. And more than just feeling it, you feel pulled to do something about it. You're the one who checks in on a friend even when they say they're fine. You're the one who offers a shoulder to cry on, a warm meal, or a simple act of kindness when no one else is looking. You may not even think of it as anything special, but these small actions carry incredible power. Your kindness goes beyond simple gestures. It's a part of your daily life. You might help someone carry their groceries without thinking twice. You might listen for hours to someone who just needs to talk. You might give your time, your energy, your love freely, without expecting anything in return. And while others may pass these moments by, you lean into them. You feel called to be there, to be present, to bring comfort. And though it can be tiring, though it can sometimes feel like you're giving more than you have, deep inside, you know that this is what you were made for. Your fulfillment doesn't come from rewards or recognition. It comes from knowing that you're making someone's world a little brighter. You don't need to be thanked or praised. Your heart is moved by something higher. You feel the weight of other people's sorrow, and you carry it not because you have to, but because your soul wants to ease their burden. Even when it's inconvenient, even when you're tired or overwhelmed, you still give. You still care. And that's the difference. That's the quiet, powerful sign that you're not just anyone. You're something rare. A soul with a mission. A hidden light in a world that desperately needs it. But this calling also comes with challenges. Sometimes, your giving nature leads you into situations where you give too much. You may find yourself in one-sided relationships where your kindness is taken for granted. You may feel drained, emotionally and physically, because you've been pouring into others without taking the time to refill your own cup. Your empathy runs so deep that you sometimes forget to protect your own heart. You become so focused on helping others that you neglect your own needs, your own peace. It's important to remember that being a light for others doesn't mean burning yourself out. Even angels need rest. Even healers need healing. Setting boundaries doesn't make you selfish, it makes you strong. You can't heal the world if you're constantly running on empty. Taking time for yourself, saying no when you need to, and surrounding yourself with people who pour into you as much as you pour into them is not only healthy, it's necessary. Your energy is sacred, and preserving it allows you to keep doing what you were born to do: bring light, healing, and love into the world. You may have noticed that from a young age, you were different. While other children were busy playing, you were already asking big questions. You looked up at the stars and wondered about the universe. You felt things more deeply than others. You were curious about life, about death, about what lies beyond what we can see. You may have felt like an old soul in a young body, drawn to mysteries and spiritual truths that others around you didn't seem to notice. This inner knowing, this spiritual pull, wasn't something you chose. It chose you. It's always been a part of you. Your connection to the spiritual world may have grown over time, or it may have always been present. Maybe you were drawn to books about the universe, about angels, about ancient wisdom. Maybe you felt a closeness to nature, or sensed energies in people and places that others couldn't feel. You may have had dreams that felt more like messages, or moments of deep stillness where you felt connected to something far beyond this world. These experiences weren't random. They were reminders of who you are and where you come from, a soul that remembers more than this lifetime. As you grew, this spiritual side of you became both a guide and a strength. When life got hard, your inner wisdom helped you through. You found peace in stillness, hope in the unseen, and purpose in the pain. You knew there was something more. You felt it. And even when others didn't understand, even when you felt alone in your beliefs, you never let go of that deeper truth. Because deep down, you've always known that you're connected to something greater. People are drawn to you, not just because of your kindness, but because of the wisdom you carry. They come to you with their problems, their doubts, their heartaches, because they sense that you understand. And you do. You have a way of seeing through the noise, of getting to the heart of the matter. Your words comfort and guide. You don't just listen, you see. You feel. And your insight brings clarity where there was confusion. You don't have to have all the answers. Sometimes, just being there is enough. Your presence alone brings peace. This quiet wisdom has always been with you. Even as a child, people trusted you. Strangers opened up to you. Friends leaned on you in times of need. It's not something you've had to force. It's simply a part of who you are. And this wisdom isn't just knowledge, it's intuition. It's understanding that goes beyond what's said aloud. It's seeing patterns, feeling emotions, and knowing truths that can't be explained. It's a gift, and it's part of your role as a hidden guide in this world. Still, with this gift comes great responsibility. You carry light, but you also carry the weight of others' emotions. You give peace, but you sometimes absorb pain. That's why it's so important for you to care for yourself as deeply as you care for others. Protect your energy. Trust your intuition when it tells you to step back. Know that it's okay to rest, to recharge, and to receive. You're not here to save everyone. You're here to be a beacon, and even beacons need to be anchored. Through every moment of selfless love, every time you lift someone from despair, every time you bring peace to someone's storm, you are fulfilling your soul's mission. You may never get public recognition. You may never see the full impact of your presence. But know this, the love you give, the healing you offer, and the hope you bring matter more than you know. You are a hidden angel in plain sight, a soul who loves deeply, heals gently, and shines quietly. The world may not always understand you, but it needs you. And your journey, your story, is nothing short of sacred. There are people in this world who seem to carry something divine within them, not because they claim it, but because their presence speaks louder than words ever could. Their energy calms storms. Their smile lifts spirits. Their kindness makes you believe again in goodness, in hope, in something bigger than all of us. If you've ever felt different, more connected to something greater, more in tune with the emotions of others, more driven by compassion and curiosity than anything material, then you might be one of them. You might be a hidden angel walking quietly among us, touching lives without even realizing it. Your influence on those around you is a beautiful reflection of your light. You don't need a spotlight or applause to make a difference. Just being who you are is enough. The way you uplift, encourage, and guide others, sometimes without even knowing it, proves that you carry something extraordinary within you. You are a source of light in a world that often feels lost in confusion and doubt. The way you show up, share your heart, and support people during their hardest times is a powerful reminder of what it means to love unconditionally. Your gifts aren't just talents. They are blessings meant to be shared. One of the clearest signs of your angelic nature is your ability to find joy and gratitude even during the most chaotic times. While many are overwhelmed by the weight of the world, you are able to spot the silver linings. Where others see only mess and noise, you see beauty, a warm smile from a stranger, the sound of leaves dancing in the wind, the comfort of a shared meal with someone you love. These moments might seem small to others, but to you, they are sacred. You collect them like treasures, letting them remind you of how precious life truly is. You have learned that joy doesn't depend on perfect circumstances. It grows from within, nurtured by your awareness and appreciation. You don't need grand gestures to feel alive. The simple things feed your soul. You know that happiness is something we create, not something we wait for. And because you've made that choice to focus on what's good, to celebrate what's present, you help others do the same. People feel lighter around you because your joy is real. Your gratitude is sincere. You remind us all that beauty still exists and that it often hides in plain sight. The way you live, the way you choose to see the world, becomes a powerful invitation for others to do the same. You help them slow down, open their eyes, and find the magic in their own lives. Another sign of your divine nature is your endless curiosity and search for deeper meaning. You are not content with shallow answers. You don't just accept what you're told. You ask questions, explore ideas, and seek truth with all your heart. Your mind is like a deep ocean, constantly exploring the mysteries of life. You want to understand the reasons behind things, why we're here, what our purpose is, what lies beyond what we can see. This hunger for meaning isn't something you do for fun. It's part of who you are. It fuels your soul. You're drawn to philosophy, spirituality, and the teachings that go beyond the surface of life. These aren't just hobbies for you. They are like sacred maps guiding you on your journey. You dive deep into books, thoughts, conversations that most people might shy away from. You don't fear big questions, you welcome them. And in your quest for understanding, you light the way for others. You challenge people, gently, to think bigger, to open their hearts, to consider ideas they've never thought of before. You don't preach. You simply live your truth with such sincerity that it becomes impossible to ignore. The way you seek truth inspires others to begin their own journey, to awaken their own curiosity, and to look at life with fresh eyes. Then there is your energy, so bright, so warm, that people feel it before you even speak. You carry a light within you that lifts the mood of every room you enter. When people are around you, they feel safer, calmer, more hopeful. It's not something you try to do, it just happens because of who you are. You have the rare ability to bring peace to those who are struggling, even if they don't say a word. Your smile is comforting, your laughter is healing, and your presence is like sunshine breaking through a cloudy sky. You don't need to have all the answers or say the perfect words. Simply being there, being yourself, is enough. People find themselves opening up to you, feeling seen and heard in ways they haven't experienced before. You remind them that there is still goodness in the world. You give them the strength to keep going, to believe in better days, to trust in their own potential again. You become a source of inspiration without even trying. You don't just shine your own light, you help others discover their own. And then there's your heart, so full of compassion that it overflows. You feel deeply. When someone else is hurting, you don't just notice it, You carry it with them. You don't turn away from pain. You lean in. You are the person others come to when they need comfort, not because you have all the answers, but because your presence is enough. You listen without judgment. You hold space without needing to fix everything, and you offer love in the purest form, freely, without conditions. You don't help people for recognition. You help because it's part of your nature. Your kindness isn't performative, it's genuine. It's rooted in your soul. You see people not just as they appear, but as they truly are, and you love them in their fullness, even when they can't love themselves. Your words soothe, your actions heal, and your presence alone can lift someone from despair. That's not just empathy, that's a divine gift. You touch people's lives deeply, often in ways they'll never forget. And what's even more beautiful is that you expect nothing in return. You give because that's what your heart was made to do. Through your compassion, you create a ripple effect. Your small acts of kindness inspire others to be kinder, too. You lead by example, showing the world that we're all capable of being more loving, more patient, more generous. Your way of being reminds people that we're all connected, that no one is truly alone, even in their darkest hour. You awaken the best in others simply by being yourself. You may not always see the impact you have, but those who meet you feel it. They remember you. They carry your light with them long after you've walked away. Being a hidden angel isn't about having wings or living a perfect life. It's about showing up with love in your heart, even when life is hard. It's about choosing hope when things feel hopeless. It's about offering comfort when others feel lost. It's about living with intention, seeking truth, spreading kindness, and being a light in the dark. You don't need to shout to be heard. Your soul speaks volumes. You don't need recognition to feel fulfilled. Your reward is in the healing you bring, the smiles you ignite, the lives you quietly change. Your presence on this earth is not a coincidence. You're not just here to exist, you're here to make a difference. Whether you realize it or not, you are already doing that. Every time you choose compassion over judgment, understanding over blame, love over fear, you fulfill your purpose. Every time you lift someone up, hold space for their pain, or remind them of their worth, you're doing sacred work. You are not walking this world aimlessly. You are guiding, healing, and inspiring. Your soul remembers this mission, even if your mind sometimes forgets. So if you've ever wondered why you feel things so deeply, why you care so much, why you're drawn to help, to heal, to question, to understand, it's because you were made for this. You were made to bring light. You are not here by accident. You are here with a purpose, and that purpose is powerful. You are a hidden angel, and the world is brighter because you're in it. As you continue your journey, remember that your light matters. Your kindness matters. Your truth matters. Keep shining. Keep loving. Keep being who you are. Because the more you embrace your true nature, the more you give others permission to do the same. You are changing the world, not in loud, dramatic ways, but in quiet, lasting ones. One heart at a time. One soul at a time. And that is a miracle in itself.